The bug type is one of the first types you would encounter in a Pokemon game. These little guys evolve at low levels and are pretty much there just to show you how the evolution mechanic works. But not all bug types evolve at low levels though. Pokemon like Volcarona don't evolve until level 59, and in Black and White it's treated like a legendary Pokemon with its own static encounter in the basement of Relic Castle. Most people consider the bug types to be the worst types in the game. Like world champion Wolf Glick, who in his ranking types videos put the bug type in last place. Game Freak have tried giving some bug types strong secondary typings like Steel and Fairy, but with little success. In Generation 6 they gave 4 bug types the ability to Mega Evolve, but while giving other strong Pokemon the same function, it again saw the bug type overwhelmed. So let's look how Game Freak can maybe turn the bug type from 0 to hero. The first thing Game Freak should look at is abilities. It's crazy how many bug types get the ability Swarm, which is the equivalent of the starter's abilities Overgrowing, Blaze, and Torrent, which when a Pokemon's health is at 1/3, the power of bug types moves is increased. That's good in theory, but most of the time if a bug type has a secondary typing, it's normally the typing with a better moves anyway. Let's look at Scyther for example. Scyther has an ability called Technician which increases moves with the base power of 60 or less by half. Being a physical attacker, Scyther can only utilize a handful of both typings, but the moves it would utilize more are the flying type orientated ones. Pokemon like Masquerain have good abilities like Intimidate, which is arguably the best ability in the game, but paired with its 4-time weakness to Rock and weaknesses to Fire and Ice, which are 2 really common types in competitive Pokemon, which leaves you kinda wanting more. Making a good bug type with a good typing and an even better ability would be a good start on how to make the bug type better. Base stats are another thing they should look at. Due to most bug types being caught early in the game, these stats are on the lower end of the table. They're okay when you have a fully evolved Weedle before you get to Brock in Red and Blue, but not so much once your starter Pokemon gets to its next stage and already has a better base stat total. Again, not all bug type Pokemon are bad. Volcarona has a base stat total of 550, making it arguably the best bug type in the game. There is Slitherwing, but you know, we don't really talk about him. He's kinda underwhelming. Maybe they should consider introducing a legendary or a pseudo-legendary bug type Pokemon. They gave us Genesect, which has the solid typing, but due to being a mythical Pokemon, it's not legal and competitive and almost unattainable by any casual player. I don't know how a legendary bug type would work, but a bug dragon type pseudo would be low-key fire. Actually, just give us a convergent Flygon. Well, I'll be happy with that. Speaking of typings, bugs are only weak to 3 types, in fire, flying, and rock, while resisting ground, grass, and fighting, which is alright, but not great. It can hit more Pokemon for super effective than what the dark type can, and even more than the normal type. Unfortunately, most of the time, bug types are paired with flying type, which doesn't enhance or benefit the typing at all. It actually makes it weaker if anything. Giving it a 4 times weakness to rock and added electric and ice weaknesses. Like I said in the intro, they attempted to pair the bug type with steel and fairy types, which kinda help, but if anything, the bug type just makes those 2 types worse. Bug Steel is the better typing of the 2, giving Pokemon like Scizor and Fortress a bunch of resistances and 1 weakness being a 4 times weakness to fire. But right now in competitive you have fast and heavy hitting fire types like Incineroar and Chi-Yu that pretty much delete them in an instance. I also can't forget about Heartflame Ogerpon, who when Terras gets a +1 attack boost. On the subject of Terras, even with the introduction of the Terra type, most bug types were left on the bench. People didn't even use the bug type Terra as a defensive typing like they did with Water and or Steel. It's sad to think that the best bug type move is U-turn, which when used allows the user to pivot out and replace itself with another member of your party. This move is used heavily by Pokemon like Urshifu, Landorus, and Rillaboom, but if you haven't noticed, none of them are bug types. Don't get me wrong, a lot of bug type moves have really good secondary effects like lowering speed or attack, but again, we don't have the strong bugs to utilize these moves effectively. Well, that's kind of a lie. Volcarona can use these moves effectively, but normally requires a better setup before it can get moving, and plus, its fire typing is the better typing anyway. In preparation for making another video, I learned that Spidops, who was introduced in Gen 9, has a signature move in Silk Trap, which is like Protect, but when a Pokemon makes contact, its speed stat is lowered by 1 stage. I feel like if every bug type got access to Silk Trap, it could change the bug meta greatly. Speed is a massive tool used in competitive Pokemon, so any stat drop could be a death sentence for a Pokemon. So in retrospect, I don't feel like the bug typing was ever meant to be good. It's just some type to help new people work out the kinks and understand the general mechanics of the game. We have a long way to go before the bug typing is or ever will be good. Game Freak needs to pump a lot of man hours into the bug type. Some people don't think it's bad though. If you're my brother-in-law Loxus, who in every generation does a bug only run, I think dude's obsessed. I know I just named every component and key mechanic of the game and blaming that on why the bug typing is bad, but me personally, I want the bug type to be the new fairy type. Make the bug type great again. And that's it for this video. If you like this video, consider subscribing, leave a like, and comment any thoughts you have on the bug typing. I would like to see other people, or like to hear other people's opinions and thoughts on the bug typing. Remember, make the bug type great again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.